Hey, what is going on everybody? My name is Nicholas. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Today I'll be talking about my favorite laptop of 2019. So first, let's talk a little bit about specifications, then I will jump into my honest opinion of what I dislike and like about the Surface Laptop 2. So this is running a 1.7 GHz Intel Core i5 8th generation with an Intel UHD graphics 620. The base model is with the 8GB of RAM and with 128GB of SSD storage. So the first issue that I have here is pricing. If you take a look at the base model, which is the 8GB RAM and also the 128GB of storage, with that price, you can actually get other laptop brands that will land you with either 16 gigs of RAM or 256GB of storage. If you compare the price of this with the latest Asus ZenBook 13, you would understand where I'm coming from. As for the I/O ports, there's only one USB 3.0 port and absolutely no USB Type-C. I don't know how, but I've managed to survive with only one USB 3.0 port. There is one DisplayPort and one 3.5mm headphone jack. So, well, thank God the headphone jack is still here. Since we're on the topic of I/O ports here, I would say that I kind of like the Surface charging connect port. So it's very similar to Apple's MacBook, like how it used to be, the magnetic kind of thing. And I think that's pretty convenient. So as for build quality, I think I haven't had this in a very long while and I have not seen this kind of quality in a Windows laptop. So I've used a couple of laptops like HP, Asus, you name it. But this is something special. It makes me feel like I'm paying for a premium price, which is at the level, corresponding with Apple. It really feels good in your hands. Like in terms of the build quality, it's not too heavy and not too light. It's just nice. Perfect. And I like the color finishing as well. Ooh, it just stands out really nicely. The thing I like about the display, first of all, it's touchscreen and it is a 13.5-inch PixelSense display. Colors are really accurate. They look really great. And what I like most is actually the resolution. So it is a 3:2 aspect ratio. And in terms of browsing, you actually pack more productivity into it. So instead of having that 16:9 ratio, which all laptops have, now you have the 3.2 ratio. So it really does make things more productive. You get to see more, but also it really depends. If you watch a lot of videos, then you would of course have those black bars up there. But if you web browse a lot, especially students, I think this aspect ratio is the one to go with. Now let's talk about the main deal here and what makes this a Microsoft Surface laptop. That will have to be the Alcantara keyboard. I mean, of course, it only exists in like high-class sports car, but right, to have it in a laptop, that's very rare. And every time when people pass me by, they definitely ask like, hey, is that a skin? And I'm like, no, it's built in like this. And they'll go crazy over it. I like how nice it feels, how great it is to type on. And it makes the whole keyboard experience just so different from any other laptops. One thing to note is that because it is Alcantara, yes, they claim that it is waterproof and whatnot, I've accidentally spilled some ink onto it and it is unremovable. So that is a part where you have to be more careful with. The keyboard, it feels really great, of course, along with the Alcantara, but if you want to talk about key travel and all of that, I would say it's just nice. And don't forget that the keyboard is backlit with 3 different levels of light, so that's pretty good. So since we're on the topic of keyboard here, I would like to ask you, do you have any idea where the speakers are located on the Surface laptop? I mean, I didn't have a clue until I realized that the speakers are built underneath the keyboard. That's crazy, right? So how it works is that the sound is traveling out of the keyboard itself because there's literally no audio port or whatsoever. The sound is coming through and out of the keyboard. I've gotta say, I'm very impressed. For such a thin laptop, the sound packs a punch. In terms of like bass, the treble, it's all in there and it is traveling through the keyboard. That factor still blows me to this day. The trackpad is more or less great. I mean, I wish it could be slightly bigger. Windows gestures work really well here and I have no complaints. I'm so happy that it's not an Asus trackpad. I always have tracking issues with Asus laptop. So that is pretty much all my favorite things that I like about the Surface Laptop 2. As you know, I do switch very frequently, but this has been with me for a couple of months now and I've been enjoying it ever since day one. Just a little flaws here and there, like it's so stupid to only have one USB port, but I, for some reason, has managed to live with that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching today's video. Let me know what you think of the Microsoft Surface Laptop 2. My name is Nicholas, and I will catch you guys in the next one.